Yo, what's going on, guys? You're tuned into the Standard, and today we have Waldo from AGO, a good friend of mine from back home, doing some really big things right now. He's got an album on the way, EP on the way. We just waiting. We've been waiting for a long time. I've been telling him.
Thank you for having me, man.
Thanks for
Appreciate
coming
it.
out.
Anytime, bro.
First, we definitely just get into it, just because, like I said, I already know you a little bit. So we're just gonna have a good conversation. For the people that don't really know, like, what does AGO stand for?
Well, AGO is actually an acronym, and the acronym stands for Acknowledge God's Opportunities. Everybody in AGO has a spiritual relationship, and everybody involves God into their decisions. And, in this type of industry we in, you definitely need to make sure, you got something the Most High watching over you, So that's where AGO originated from. But, yeah. Acknowledge God's opportunities or appreciate God's opportunities. We also go by Astronaut Gang, just kind of like something silly like we wanted to roll with when we were younger. But yeah, that's where it's from.
Man, that's what's up. And then you work with Sango a lot.
Yes, sir.
How did that relationship, start? How did you guys meet, and how did you guys' relationship as it comes to music? Like, how did that start?
Well, crazy thing is, me and Sango went to middle school together. We went to Pinewood Middle School. And I met him my 8th grade year. We had a talent show, and he seen me rap, and then he came to me after the talent show, and he was like, "Yo, I make beats, man. You should come to my house at the end of the year or whatever." And it was like 2 weeks left of school, maybe.
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, bro, most definitely." So very last day of school, my 8th grade year, went over there and went over to his house and recorded my first song ever, and the rest has been history.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
So like back then, as opposed, probably. Honestly, like all your career, like who would you say forms as like your biggest inspirations?
My biggest inspirations, I would have to say, almost just out of respect, Michael Jackson is one of my biggest inspirations. Just seeing somebody so talented and really embody a presence of, like, when he's even in a room, you just, you feel that, and just seeing how he moved and how hard he worked, he was definitely one of my inspirations. He's the reason I enjoy music the way I do. When I was a kid, all I would do was listen to Thriller and dance in my room and the whole nine. So He was a big influence on me. I would also have to say another big influence on me, I would say was 50 Cent. He definitely was a big influence for me. He when he came out, my dad pulled me into a garage and was like, "Son, you gotta listen to this." And he played In the Club for me on the radio, and it's just been bright lights since then. So yeah, definitely just guys like that. People who are really hard workers, you know what I'm saying, and really know what they want. Those are the people that inspire me, and just life in general.
All right, and then 616 is like your latest project. I would say that has came out, like that's a full project, and you work with Savon on that. How was that experience working with Savon? You said you did that in 4 days, right?
Yeah. We made the 616 tape in 4 days flat. That's real facts. All verses was written, all beats were created in just a 4-day span. It was unique for me because I worked so closely with Sango, stepping out the box and really embracing my little brother, and really giving him an opportunity. It was different, but he has good energy, so it was fun for the most part.
Right. And then the thing I like about your music the most is like, when I listen to you, like you talk about, growing up off of 44th Street, and like you're just so honest, and like in your verses, like how do you maintain honesty when you rapping? Like how do you? Because I feel like so many artists nowadays are so like, what's the word I'm looking for? They just fake. They not
fabricated.
Real,
Yeah. Well, man, honestly, I feel like that's what makes an artist special. That's what makes an artist unique. Just really embracing a side of him that a person wouldn't normally embrace. And that's how I came around to doing it. Just wanting my own. Wanting to be respected from my hometown, and really just keep it real, because they'll pull your card at the end of the day, man. I see so many stars and stuff like that, man, find out they was correctional officers and all types of stuff,
Right.
So I just felt like embracing the city was a smart move. We need that here, man. I'm trying to be a trendsetter and really make my mark in this hometown of mine. So.
And then along being said that you do like you're so honest with your music, do you ever find yourself getting nervous like when you're about to put something on the track, like from your friends in the studio to the people that that are about to hear it, like,
man,
public wise?
All the time, man. It's the putting music out and stuff like that, you're really bringing people into your world, really into your life. So it's very, very hard to just throw music out there. As honest as I try to make my music, but like I said, I try to embrace it as much as possible where I come from. So definitely it's still some nerves though, because people are critiquing me all the time, my moves. I feel like I can't make a mistake or it'll be on the big screen, but I'm not really worried about anybody's opinions these days. So
Right.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Who would you say is most supportive then? Like who inspires you in your family wise? Not even just your family, your friends too, but who also is most supportive out of that group of people?
By far, my dad. My dad is one of the most supportive people in my career. Even when he didn't want me rapping, he never told me I couldn't go do it. He was always behind me and always just trying to figure out how he could help instead of, taking me away from it. So my dad is definitely one of the people that influenced me. But, just all my friends, man, my whole crew, man, all the AGO, they keep me sharp, man. They let me know when I'm slipping.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then another thing I want to ask you is, I asked you like who inspires you like music wise, but who, if you could work with anybody like dead or alive, who would you work with?
If I could work with anybody dead or alive, that's a good question. If I could work with anybody dead or alive, I would honestly say I would work with Notorious B.I.G. That would be the person I would want to work with. I feel like he has so much swag and just so much of everything, that the world wasn't ready for at that time. He was ahead of the curve. I mean, he's wearing Versace and different things like that. Like, our generation is just really getting on those waves these last couple years with the Migos and stuff like that. But these are things that he was doing in the early 90s. And, I just felt like he was intelligent. I know he would have brought me around some crazy stuff. So, definitely Notorious B.I.G.
What about producers?
Producers, I would say... that's kind of tough, man. Dead or alive, I'm gonna have to put Timberland and Pharrell up there. But if I had to choose out of Timberland and Pharrell, I would definitely just say I would work with. I'm really trying to get y'all an honest answer here.
That's tough.
Because I want to live with this,
Because Pharrell's my hero, so I can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Timberland, I feel like my style is more. It would fit Timberland's style a lot better.
Right.
So I would say Timberland. I would work with Timberland if I could. Yeah.
How do you feel about the rap scene in Michigan? Not even in Michigan. Let's say Grand Rapids right now. How do you feel about the rap scene here? Do you feel like people in your hometown are as supportive as they should be, or?
Well, it's growing. I feel like it's not as supportive as it will be.
Mm-hmm.
In the future, but it's definitely growing. And like I said, we're new to these things, man. Like, Grand Rapids is such a slow-paced city, and it's really just a city where you raise families and kids go to school and stuff. It's not really a youth type of environment here for us. So
and go to Disney.
Exactly, exactly, stuff of that nature. So yeah, it's growing. It's not as supportive as I would like it to be, but it will be there one day, and we got to give them an identity. I think that's why Grand Rapids isn't there yet, because we're still searching for identity. So hopefully I can add to that, identity, so they can feel that confidence and like, yo, I really want to get out here and support, because Waldo from the same neighborhood I'm from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Waldo went to the same school and know the same people I know. So.
Right. And then speaking of like Grand Rapids, but like just Michigan in general, you worked with Dusty McFly on the last tape. Who can we expect on this next tape upcoming?
Man, a lot of artists, dog. Honestly. I don't want to do too much name dropping, just cause, but definitely working with Sango on the album a whole lot. I'm working with got my boy Mosaic making some beats, just the normal in-house guys on my album. As far as like actual reaching out and features, I got my boy Mikey Rocks on a record, which is gonna be pretty big. Yeah, man.
You work with some people that are like not in house too, but how would you say like the music industry has treated you, as far as have they been accepting?
Man, Yeah, man, it's the music industry, man. I have mixed emotions about the music industry, man. I really feel like I get a lot of love. You know, I was received a lot of love coming into this game, and I still do receive a lot of love. But you know, it's so many things that I learned as time goes by with this business. You know, you can't really be,
Right.
you know, sugarcoat. You can't sugarcoat things. You got to really be direct on what you want in this industry because it will take advantage of you.
Right.
So. For the most part, it's been love, but it was a few hiccups here and there. But that's with every artist, you know. It's never gonna be a clean slate.
Right.
Bullshit happens and things of that nature. So,
Yeah, I feel that. And what's the most difficult thing you think that you've had to endure, like in the industry? And then I want you to tell me about like you going overseas and touring over there too, if you could.
what was the most difficult thing that I've endured
Yeah.
in the music industry? I would say,
I mean, it don't really have to be in the music industry. It could be something that you have like had to endure, like while you know you've been, you know, you're furthering your career in the music
okay.
industry too. Sorry, my bad.
No, you all good, bro. I would say just really, man, just having to adjust to the lifestyle of everything. You know, it's just kind of like I didn't really know what all came with the music industry when I decided I wanted to be in it. I just knew that I love making music.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen the videos and the shows being rocked, but once you learn, like, yo, man, you got to make a lot of sacrifices and things of that nature to make sure that, you know, you reach your maximum potential.
Right.
I think that was kind of hard to endure because, you know, I like eating fast food and, you know,
Yeah.
turning up when it's a party going on and it's like, yo, you got to get on that flight at 3-4 in the morning.
Right.
So you got to cut back with that, or maybe you should start being a lot more healthier because you're doing 20 shows in 1 month.
Right.
You know, and they back to back. So I think it was just really just the whole lifestyle of the music industry was pretty tough to endure at first. But like I said, we're learning, man, and we ready.
Right. Has that made you want it more or any less? Has that made you think about quitting sometimes?
I think it definitely I feel like every artist goes through that moment where they're like, man, am I good enough for this? Is this something I should be doing? You know, because I get in the game and I meet so many artists and I'm up close with them, so I see how they're moving, and it's like, yo, well, I don't even got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, dude's got a whole set mapped out. He knows how he's performing. He knows what he want to say. He got music videos. He got cover art. He's doing this. He's doing that. So it's just a lot tied into the game. And at first it was discouraging, but once you find out that that's something that you're really passionate about, it's like, man, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see somebody else do it. You know what I'm saying? So I might as well do it myself. And that's really the mentality that I tapped into my.
And then one like not my last question, but one thing I do like to do when I do these interviews is ask the artist to talk to, you know, whoever may be watching that wants to get into the industry too. Like, what's one thing that you wish somebody would have told you when you first started?
When I first started this, something I wish somebody would have told me is that I wish somebody would tell me that it wasn't gonna be easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I came into the game thinking that things were just gonna be handed to me because I was just on the scene. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, man, you really gotta earn your respect out here. You know, you really gotta get out here and show people that you mean business. So if anything, just to anybody out there that's watching this interview that, you know, wants to be artists, yeah, man, just know that it's gonna be hiccups. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna go through it all, man. Everything that you think you could go through, you will go through that. Just know if you got a solid team with you, there will be a brighter tomorrow, man.
That's what's up. And then is there anything, you know, any questions you thought I would ask or anything you want to say before we get off?
Well, yeah, man. New album dropping this year. I'm aiming for dropping it in August, whatever. But a new album coming out. Like I said, we got some huge artists on there, man. So just stay tuned. Don't sleep, because it is coming. The wave is coming.
That's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Thank y'all for watching. I'm Marv Sapp Jr. This is Waldo, and this is The Standard.
Peace.